Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities and Miniatures. Today we've got ourselves a nice and proper Kingdom Death release, in resin no less. As much as I've been enjoying building the multitudes of pinups, part of me misses some good old-fashioned resin models. And why would I want to go and dip into my, seemingly never-ending reserves of models in my backlog when I can get the brand new shinies out, right? Right. So anyway, this is a resin version of the female Screaming God armor. The Screaming God being one of the newer monsters that was part of the 1.5 Kickstarter, which someday we will see. When that is, who knows? But, oh no! Yep, we got a pinup here, except she's fully clothed and she looks pretty badass. So, lots of faces everywhere on the armor. I didn't even notice the one right there between the eyes. Interesting. Typical base. Art card. As I said, Screaming God armor, female. Would have been cool to have the male as well, but it is Kingdom Death. Someday. Someday we'll see them. Alright, what do we got waiting for us here? Well, we have the body, which is out of focus, and that would be nice if we can see what... There we go. We can discern what we're looking at there. I'm not sure what all that is. Looks like the fur lining of her... I have no idea. I think it's going to go like that or something. Okay. Arms. Weird baby faces. Okay, yeah. See, there is the fur there on the other arm. So, hopefully, everything will look all nice and neat. We've got a bit of a wonky spear at the moment. It is a little curved. I'll probably try straightening it out. I'm sure that won't be fun. We've got both of her pigtails as separate pieces. I'm not sure where those are going to attach. You can see her horns for the helmet, or antlers I should say, have nice and easy to spot contact points. One right there and one that seems to have gotten filled in on the other side. I'm wondering if that little gap at the bottom of the helmet is where those pigtails are supposed to go. I don't know. Complexity doesn't look that bad. It just looks like it's going to be a pain having to fight with those delicate, tiny, thin parts. But it is a Kingdom Death model, and I can't say I'm too surprised. She doesn't look too swole or thick like some of the other models we've seen over the years. Why am I surprised by that? I like the detail of the face in the armor. I'm not digging the detail of the fur around the head there, but we'll see how it goes. Give me a moment, and hopefully I can keep the camera in focus long enough to figure out how things turn out. Sit tight. Alright, we got our Screaming God armor put together as best as we can figure out. I am not 100% sure if that's where those ponytails are supposed to go. It's where I stuck them. It seemed like they kind of fit there. There were no real good indicators as to if that's the right spot. So your mileage may vary on that account. I have now tried to get this... I just realized that's like a bit of flash there. Whoops. This spear straightened out at least 3 times now, and it still wants to stay bent. So I'm just going to call it done in that regard, and we're going to move on. Overall, a nice looking kit. Completely armored. Nothing cheesecakey about her at all. But then again, that's something that if you look at the releases for Kingdom Death as they've come out over the last year or so, we really seem to have moved further and further away from these scantily clad cheesecake style pinups, which are still there. They're just all in plastic now because there's a box of, 5 different boxes are available now? And hopefully some of those are going to get released, individually down the road. But, I mean, like with Raynor here, another somewhat recent release. Fully armored, fully geared, fully clothed. Nice to see. With one of the recent, well, not even recent, what are they on, like the 3rd Echoes of Death now? She's from the first one, I believe. The Necromancer. I've almost finished my Necromancer, come to think of it. And if we're going to have the Screaming God armor, might as well get the original resin pinup. Now, she's been redone in plastic. I forget which box she's in. We'll see her return eventually. I'm really looking forward to the plastic version of this model, just due to how hulked out and roided up she looked. She looked swole. I mean, she really did. So, it's nice that we have the fully armored versions. I don't know if the plastic version, whenever we see that, is going to look the same. I know this is actually the sculpt and design that they had shown off originally, which makes me wonder if maybe by the time we actually get to have Screaming God armors in a Screaming God expansion, whenever Wave 4, if ever we get that, is going to be, it could end up being substantially different. And considering, while I have her now, and I'm sure she's going to get offered up again in the future, it might be a good opportunity by the time we actually do get the plastic versions. They could end up looking substantially different. So it's hard to say. You know, who knows what Adam Poots is thinking. That's you know, maybe that's something we don't want to know. I would just like to see progress getting made on our Kickstarters. We will someday. Hopefully before I'm old and gray, right? Right. Anyway, fun model as always from Kingdom Death. I do appreciate the fact also that she actually has both feet on the ground. Yes, she doesn't want to really stay balanced at the moment, but that will be less of an issue once she's glued on and painted. So hopefully we'll be able to see her in the near future, finished and ready to hang with all of her other Screaming God compadres. And maybe even the Screaming God someday himself, itself, whatever you want to call it, with its explosive bug farts or whatever it had. Anyway, as always, we'll put a link down below. If you guys haven't checked out Kingdom Death's site, there's always something on sale of interest if you dig these style models. And do take a look, because they tend to switch things up almost every month. So if you don't see it then, you might see it later. With that said, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching, and we will see you back here soon. Bye-bye.